Hey guys, and welcome to another Facebook Live. Today we have 5 tips, specifically questions, I suppose, to answer for you guys. It is spring, it's beautiful. We have a little bit of sunshine, not too much today, but we do have sunshine out and about. And we have a spring into summer program. Some of you, our members, are involved, some are not, and some of those on Facebook might be thinking, you know what, it's summertime. Let's see if we can make a start. So again, our series is always discussing, at the moment, our live series is always discussing your frequently asked questions. So just trying to help those to get out and come into the doors, go outside, find a way to improve your current lifestyle, stop, I suppose, some of that sedentary living and get your body moving the way it's designed to be. So I'm going to hopefully help you with some of that again today. So again, we have a 6-week program here at the club, and some of these questions have been raised over this last week. So first things first, we're starting an exercise program, or maybe we're stepping up or just starting here at the club. If you want to know about what to do or what are some quick fixes for your diet, then please go back and check some of the other videos that we've done. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 5 things, and how much do I do? Carbs, I discussed that a couple of weeks ago, but it's been brought up again this last couple of days. So do I eat them? What should I eat? I don't have time. Can I work out at home? I don't know what to do. These are some of the questions. So 5 tips to get you started. Firstly, if you're looking at dropping body fat in the springtime, please go and see last week's video. I'll post it again. It is a really, really simple tip for life that can help you control your portions, keep you fuller, and create that satiety or satiation that we have from having a full belly. So back to exercise. How much do I do? Well, again, you would have heard me mention this before. The World Health Organization discusses doing a minimum of 150 minutes per week. That is just for general health. Now, if you're doing 50 minutes a week or limited amount of time, then going to that is your first place. So I want to discuss this. If you're going maybe from 150, then step it up to 200. If you're going from 200, then step it up to 250. If you're going from 250, then step it up to 300. So the first thing first, if you are doing a spring into summer style challenge at home or with us, is just look at what you're doing and make a measurable goal. So let's just see if you step that up. So again, if I'm going to challenge the guys that are at our club, if you're doing 150, let's go to 250 minutes per week. If you're doing 250, let's go to 300. Now, there was something called the Loser Club in America. Cool name, maybe not. And what we found in that program is they were walking around about 80 minutes a day, 6 days a week. So getting up and moving, and the average weight loss over a year was about 15 kilo. So the point was getting up and moving. This was done over thousands of people over some time. So what we're wanting is to get more minutes of movement into your day. So how much do I do? Again, let's just step that up. And a rule on this is generally never more than 10-15%. Now, if you're going from 200 and you're going to add in another 10%, so that's 20 minutes, then we could add a further 10%, so another 20 minutes, making 200 to 140 minutes by doing 20 minutes of perhaps some more intense exercise and 20 minutes of more low intense exercise. Now, what could that be for mums at home? And this comes down to your workout at home. Really simple. This could be, again, walking, playing with the kids outside, getting active. So it's finding a time. Let's say, okay, kids, we're going to go and kick the footy, or we're going to go down to the playground, or you're going to play a little game of chasey. Making that movement for 20 minutes rather than just getting up off the seat for a moment, but actually consciously focusing on saying, I've got 20, 25 minutes. Let's make the most of it, and let's just get a bit of a working effect. So gardening, me being a fisherman, fishing, being active more often, that counts as lower intense exercise. Now, generally, low intense exercise is somewhere about 40 to 60% of your maximum heart rate. So it's up, it's moving, it's 60%, 50, 60 is better indication. You'll feel some working effect from doing that, and up to 70%. Your higher intense stuff is, above 70, where you're finding it difficult to talk whilst exercise, and that can be done anyway. So how much do I do? Rule there, no more than say 10% of intense exercise, but try to step it up from 150 to 200. So those that are on the challenge, perhaps at our club, that have been doing maybe 4 45-minute sessions a week or 40-minute sessions, let's add in a little bit more on that. And you might go by adding a little bit of incidental exercise and perhaps a strength session. That would be a great place to start. So for you guys, let's see if we can get you up to 250 minutes. And for really good, I suppose, fast, effective fat loss, but you're going to need to make sure nutrition's on point. You'll maybe want to get some massage in those first weeks because it is going to be more taxing on the body and it's not for everyone. And this is where I'm giving you blanket guidelines. See a coach like myself or somebody else to help you with coming up with your program and giving you some tools to work around some changes that's going to happen within your body. 350 is a really solid target. But again, we just want to step it up, never more than 10%. Don't go from 200 to 300. You are going to be super sore, and then that can affect your following few days. So you don't want to start, a runner that goes from 10Ks to 15Ks or does a 6K run, all of a sudden does a 10K run, is more than likely going to start talking about having shin splints, just some overuse injuries, and we can avoid that with some smarter programming and just little snippets so that we continually move forward rather than, and I just want to point this out, with a summer challenge, there's nothing worse than getting ill, so something affecting our health, ill or an injury, because that just stops things for most people. It doesn't have to, but it just can really cramp where we're at because we've got these right intentions. Let's just put a little bit of thought behind it. So I really hope that tip comes home. That's so important. I'm very passionate about that. I see this happen regularly, specifically from recreational athletes. That is you and I, those that aren't competing in an event or getting paid. So for those that, the weekend warriors, we're going out there, we're doing some cool stuff, but we probably don't eat as well, sleep as well, and maybe drink more often, have other lifestyle habits that perhaps a professional wouldn't. Therefore, their recovery is generally a little bit better. Do I eat carbs? Guys, what to eat and do I eat carbs in this program? So again, we give people guidelines to work on here. And the first thing that I'm going to suggest for tip 2 is this. If you've come onto this program, number 1, I mentioned last week, is portion control, and it's hard to say what's more important. Number 2, you write it down. Have a plan and write it down. So let's not do it ad hoc. Let's create, it is Thursday, what is your program for the next 7 days? Nutrition and training. And if you skip something, so if something's missed because something more pressing came up or something perhaps was more urgent, and that is perfectly normal, that is life, bridge the gap. I want you to get that in there. Ask yourself, how am I going to bridge the gap? Let's say you're at work and you have a pressing deadline coming up and it's now being brought forward. So it was not the end of the week, it's done by tomorrow, which means you can't get to such and such item today. You now need to just focus your energy on that. You get that done. It doesn't mean you forget those other items on your to-do list. They still need to be done. So you now need to bridge those gaps the following day. Same thing with fitness and nutrition. So hand in hand is portion control as well as write it down. For those of you who are looking at weight management and kickstarting off, just simply writing it down. There's an accountability of getting a pen and paper out and writing down what goes in your mouth. Secondly, knowing you're going to show someone for accountability is a huge, huge help. So the next thing, guys, is do what you're doing now and write it down. Follow one of my other videos about what you could be eating, what some good examples are. We won't discuss that today, but that's what you should eat. And there's an explanation on carbohydrates. Again, for most of us, we need let's go with that a cupped handful of carbohydrates before and after, not for everyone, around our training, and lots of veggies. On that, guys, let's see if you can up your water intake. So third point, up your water intake. Again, if you're going from 1.5 litres, go to 2. Don't go from 1 to 3. You'll be going to the toilet. But this is the thing. Your bladder will get used to that. It will take a bit of time. You will be frequenting the toilet, but your bladder will get used to it and it will start to adjust and adapt. So let's bump up your water. If you find it difficult to drink that amount of water, add some flavoring. It's really simple to look up some healthy water options, and easiest way is just lime and lemon, and that's also going to be great to help detoxify your liver and aid in, again, fat loss and digestion. So that's really, really helpful. So yes, let's go with that. Bump up our water. Again, 1 litre per 25 kilos is a good place to start. So if you're at 75 kilos, you're aiming for 3 litres of water. If you're already doing that, then the next thing to look at is, if you're exercising, how much you need to do at that point. So that's super important. Next point on that, and the last one is, I suppose, can you work out at home? And the answer to that is 100% you can. So we're looking at accruing minutes. Ask yourself, be a little bit more creative about what you can do. If you're at home and you've got the kids, or if you're stuck on time, or if it's the weekend and you think, I want to go to the gym, but hang on, the missus is out and I've got the kids, go to the playground. There's so many apparatus out there that you can use, things from push-ups to pull-downs. An example for me would be a session at a playground. I'll get the kids on the bike. I'll be doing some running, jogging with them, get to the playground, push-ups, chin-ups, just a circuit between those. I might do anywhere between 6 and 10 sets for, again, 10 to 12 reps of each, and get home. That's going to get my metabolism firing up. That's going to get me obviously moving, everything going for the day, and it's going to give me a really good workout effect. And at the moment, if you're trying to accrue more minutes, then that's a great way to start. At home, you could be doing the exact same thing, playing out in the backyard, doing some bits and pieces with the kids. If you've got a backyard, great. If you've got to park up the road, great. It's Adelaide. They're not far away from you. And then, of course, if you're doing that, just get yourself working, even if it's 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes with the use of bands or a TRX. A lot of my clients will have an exercise band and put it around your pergola, put it around your, what am I saying, the clothes on. I should know that one. And you can be doing some presses, some rows. You can use a towel around a bar and do a row, superset that with some leg work, a squat, a lunge, and just get that going. Don't think too much and what do I do, but if you just simply did squats and rows, or push-ups and a deadlift technique, like a bending exercise of some description, a squat yet again, if you did, for example, 10 reps of one, make a little game out of it. Do 10 of one, 10 of another, 9 in, 9 of another, 8, 8. This is called 10 in, 10 out. That'll take you 15 minutes. And trust me, there are fantastic bodies built from doing what's called metabolic conditioning, which is that sort of program. So here's an idea at home for this week. Let's go 10 in, 10 out of an upper body exercise with a lower body exercise. And we're generally looking at an upper body push or pull, partnered up with the opposite, a lower body push or pull, and you could do that a couple of days a week. As soon as you're done with that, keep playing with the kids, or do some gardening for 20 minutes, do a house job, come inside, do the vacuuming, do something for another 20 minutes, 25 minutes of what's called lighter cardio. But that's going to be a great way, because you're going to get your intensity up, and then you can spend 20, 25 minutes around the house doing your normal chores, and then it's done. You feel guilt-free. You've got half puff in, you've got your work done at home, so you're feeling great about that, lowering cortisol, bumping up all those things that make you feel good, and dropping some body fat. So there's a real sneaky way to get that in. Last thing, guys, in our 6-week program, I'm just going to bring this up here on my phone. Now, I don't know what to do is the question. Some people say, look, I don't know what to do. And it was great. We had a member of ours come down to the desk last night, because we offer a program for all members, which is the Ultimate Body Blitz. And it's just a site that I suppose has a heap of nutrition tips, recipes, programs, so you can use them at home. And this is something we give to all of our members for free. But you can use it as a non-member at home as well. There's a small fee for that one if you're not a club member. Now, I've just brought this up, so you can see here, right up the top here, we have week 1, okay? Now, week 1's open. You can see 2, 3, 4, 5 is not. And it says, let's get started. You'll also see nutrition, education, and exercise plan. So what I can do is simply come in and click on my exercise plan, giving me a program to follow. And then every single one of these exercises that I have here, if I'm in the gym, because you might not be using a trainer or coming at another time, has a video showing you how to do that exercise. So you can simply click on that button and get a video of the example. Now, for you guys at home, there are heaps of home exercises you can do following that. So even if you're at home, Viva, guys, we have you covered. If you're in the gym, then get your phone out. All members get this. If you haven't got access to this, please speak to us and we'll set you up. Again, we're more than happy to help. That's what we do. And this just makes it easier for you to follow our program. And if you've ever seen my writing, this will be welcomed by my members. So, guys, there's 5 things to take away from today. Please jump on board. Ask some questions. Thank you. And hello, Emma. Thanks for joining us. Ask some questions. That's why we're here. I thought we'd go straight to the point. If I've touched on anything, just ask a question, because I'm sure I've already got a blog, something on the website. It's been going for 20 years, guys, so there'll be some answers for you that I can point you in the right direction to help you kickstart things this summer. And I'd love to hear how you're going. So, guys, make it happen. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me.